situation to rise up the ranks. They're left dead last in that position, whilst Reject claim 4 points. They've got to do a whole lot.
Not so certain that they're going to be able to pass it, but I'm willing to be proved wrong, and I'm ready to be here for when it happens. RRQ are now only 4 points ahead.
KRX on the ramp over the top, hitting the show-stopping plays, but can they actually punish with the shots? Close quarters combat from Hooksy, good for one, but a right hook straight back in his face. And for Reject, it went from a nice start to a punishing position. Damage done onto 3 players for KRX though. It's just Trey left. Spams bullets onto Reverb. Starts to put them in their place, but recovering from this is going to be awkward. Both teams suffering massive losses.
Shiva not in the fight, a little bit too further afield and already locked down. That's going to be a lot of points added to RJC's total, but they lose.
I was in a very comfortable position. Seeing if they can chase towards 4 fives. See who remains at the top of the plinth come the end of today. It'll be exciting to see who our lobby leader is when it's all said and done. TTG here as well. Another team that it feels like even the potential of them really grinding from the spot they've been left in, John, is unlikely at this point.
Yeah, it's getting less and less likely for a lot of teams as time goes on. And in terms of top 5 qualification, I'm afraid that Noki will not be correct with his KRX prediction, as he is going to be down in a 9th place spot. But they're going to be seen again in the survival stage. I think I can guarantee that. I'm going to lock that one in. Zypher spots Shiva from X-Force Rejects, and that is going to be a quick flush. Their run may just have been drawn short on the north side, and RRQ, all they need to do is hold their nerve, stay alive, keep things together.
Seeing what more they'll get from this. That's the park up from Devil. I mean, there is potential for it, John. RRQ have been attempting to avoid fights up to this point. There's been a couple of opportunities where teams have whizzed near. They haven't risked it, which still means there's a chance. But if Reject can do much, maybe there's an opportunity. It's only a solo though, so we're looking for a big finish on it with some more elims. It will not be an easy feat and requires RRQ to be shut down by a different team.
And I feel like RRQ's position is just so strong here. It's such a difficult position to try and get up on towards against a full force squad. If they're reactive and fast enough to respond to threats as they come their way, that is the major downside for RRQ, right? You have to play it fairly split in this location. And it looks like they are going to be, I mean, they're spiking out. They are making themselves known, which I think is the right play. Force teams around them to fight against each other as they try and ascend towards it. This is what you need for RRQ. Keep that suppressive pressure, just moving teams away from you. You do not want to give them the idea that, hey, you're a weak fight. But maybe Furia have found their opening. There is AGAL behind them that can make it harder, Jackie, but I feel like Furia, we know how hardy this team is. We know that they've got some real staying power. The question is, can they get up the side of this cliff?
A similar situation once again for Furia then. They've had plot armor in the previous game, but this one might be harder for them. Shots on target towards Leosa. AGAL start to back up. Look to close the distance between their split and play off each other. You've got good cover at least by pushing so far towards the ridge side, so you can't take shots from the top of RRQ. But fighting towards them, like you say, is another story.
It does allow RRQ a little bit more flexibility, I'd say, if you're confident that Fury is not going to push up that cliff, not going to go further in and try and loop around the cliff. You've got some more latitude to send your players to other angles, but there's plenty of angles to try and deal with. There's a lot of charge on in and take on AGAL and take a huge bite out of their player count, down to 2 now, and that bubble just got a little bit safer. And 78 points for AGAL. Team Flash still 2 points ahead on 80.
Yeah, this is really rough for them, John. If they were looking at the idea of having another game where they could really ramp up those points and push themselves into a good spot, you're down to half your chance now with only 2 of the 4 players alive. They were attacked from the side by GOAT as well. And although Furia was safe from the gaze from that top side view of RRQ, it's the roam in from Aurora that's closed the gap to allow them to get shots onto them. Made it more uncomfortable. Got that initial pick over.
Nick McGalaxy getting stuck in on that western flank. They are kind of outside in the cold right now, behind 4 Thrives, but getting a pick onto the open is good, but they've lost Coops on the back line, and he's all the way out in the blue, Jackie. I don't think that they're going to be able to get him back up there. Devil is keeping him company. Zypher in a real sticky spot, so it looks like that trade will be evened up. So, 2 of our top 5 teams taking 1 player out from either side. And it is Devil who picks up the point there. Adds them up to 44. And a little bit closer to RRQ. So now you're still not worried.
That feels like a little, a little subtext storyline. We'll keep our eyes on it. It's not super likely with how it's going.
Okay.
But worth being aware of. I mean, he's still on the move, still alive for now.
Yeah, but the zone's coming to get him. He made a deal with himself to be able to get away with that one. I mean, RRQ with the assist from the high ground, suppressing the angle from McGalaxy that was completely had him dead to rights. But where does he go here? He's got to go up, he's got to go around into OG, in towards RRQ. And there's not really a good choice here. It is stage 4, so the zone is quite survivable. So, yeah, okay, go for a long wrap. That probably makes more sense on it. Drops that adrenaline in as well, maxing out the stims, get as much healing as he can get.
We'll see how that pathing goes for him once he gets himself back into the zone, sustaining a decent amount of damage, but he had a few meds to try and buffer it out. Not easy, though. Not comfortable. 4 Fribes with IQ getting line of sight again to re-engage, so a bit of pressure applied from them. And RRQ still sitting where they hunkered down so long ago, waiting for a team to attempt to force the fight. GK with a connection in the rear. Fun to talk, seeing all of this commotion around them as well. As McGalaxy move up towards Alula. That's top taken down by IQ, and Falak getting stuck in as Aurora are suffering casualties.
This is dangerous for Aurora. They're not safe, not in its entirety. McGalaxy a little bit better on the points tables, but going this low, trying to just wend your way on through. Seems like they successfully shacked themselves up there. Get 2 of their players across as we hop on board with Alula. A lot of damage done towards GOAT team, and this was a team that was looking good for the top 5 not too long ago, but now their dreams are being dashed at the feet of Alula.
Alula, they formed a fist and they are punching through the defense of GOAT. Moxie takes a heavy blow down on his last legs as the team gets removed from the equation. Goodbye, GOAT. Alula coming alive.
Teams that have the potential to get into this late game, like Furia, who are a little bit further behind, but definitely within striking distance.
McGalaxy go down to a combination of Aurora and 4 Fribes. Removed from the equation as our top team scrap amongst each other. RRQ finally play their card, but it's versus OG, and they come in full aggro. Good shots with the AUG, damage on target. Attempting to reposition RRQ down to 2 players. That's 1 cleanup as the shots hit onto Wizguard, and they are able to repel the initial assault arrow behind the steering wheel. Looks to create space and get away. Play on as a solo.
That could have been the opportunity there if RRQ had fumbled the roll-up. It could have been the chance for Devil.
The Kadia City grid starts to roar. And Devil did make it in, like you say. RRQ found 2 picks onto OG, though, and they're looking for the full flash back over. Aru's got something to say about it. Good for a clash up close. They're trying to force him out of the building and do so. Orangutan out of the running now as they'll be left in second.
And RRQ, another point added to their tally, pushing themselves further and further away. Not too long from now, it could be the GK are up on the chopping block before Thrives. The next challenge over towards RRQ. A nade from Lapar. This is the star player that the desk was talking about, bringing him up as a real clutch potential. Let's see if he's got a little bit more left to give in match 12 of 12. As 4 Thrives currently playing a 2-1 split with Falak, T24 on that western side, IQ much further inland. The back-off comes through, and RRQ don't want anything more to do with that high ground, certainly not at the moment.
AGAL finally fall to Furia. And TTG trapped down in the ditch with nades being dashed towards them. T24 throwing them in on target. His eyes lighting up with the idea of a prospect of 4 more points for our top lobby team right now. And as the zone eats through them, They are finding success with ease.
Oh, T24 though stays a little bit too long. There is a response finally from ThunderTalk. AJ manages to thread that one through. Fury are getting picked apart in the meantime on the south side as Alola keep chowing down with their 2 players alive. The rest comes through. Falak wants to suppress the rotate, but ThunderTalk have already lost one forwards. This is a wild charge from Falak. He is so overexposed on the hilltop. I'm surprised he didn't go down before. And RRQ are going to chime in. So is Doc from Aurora. Putting them back in their place. They may have broken the sentry, but you cannot get a little bit too ahead of yourself there. Either way, they've done enough. They will be top spot by the end.
10 elims and 1 representative of the squad still alive and kicking its IQ that was down towards the low ground, so he's safe. Doc watching that angle, like you say, they just hard commit, wanting to get the extra points and prove that they can bully this lobby. Doc lines him up and knocks him down. That solo representative of Aurora at least guaranteeing some extra boon for the squad. Devil still alive in the back of the vehicle as well. He's pathing around. I mean, Flash have been so quiet for so long, but thankfully for them, John, the other squads that were close to potentially forcing them out of that 5th place are already gone. They've already left this lobby.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and safe for them to feel like there's really not much to challenge them, as Alola also bite the dust. But they've done enough to see themselves into that survival stage. It's likely that the tables have started to solidify. The only moving part here is Devil, and he is caught between a rock, another rock, and several hard places. It is a tough approach from this north side, and it needs RRQ to start going down because the placements are already at 2, which means that even just surviving is not going to be enough for him. And he goes down there. That will be our bottom 3. Locked in, Jackie. X-Force Rejects joins ThunderTalk and Gaming Stars taking the tumble down. So it's all up to the points now. Who's going to finish and where is it going to be?
Those keys now guaranteed to be crushed, but the dreams live on for an RRQ side that fought for their right to survive here. Another blow back over to Aurora as Doc is shut down. And they're looking for even more. Eyes honed in from distance, starting to steal those points and increase the pressure that's mounting on Flash's shoulders.
On that northern side, they've got that line up. They're allowing the teams to their south on the low ground to figure out how they want to try and manipulate this one as the nades keep rolling down the hill towards GK, making their life very troublesome. Yeah, Ragnar out in the open is not going to last. You can't really step out for it. And they add another point. Racking up those elims, finding another knock over towards Kevin. And this might be the final dispatch for GK, who will sit right on top of that bubble. A lovely nade posted on through, stops them dead in their tracks. But the 12th place there is going to be locked in. RRQ will be jumping over them with the placement points that they have earned, leaving GK on that bubble, but nevertheless still in survival stages, which is more than could be said for the 3 teams beneath them.
Their keys will remain. And RRQ just proving that they've still got more to show over the course of the competition then. Something that might give them an extra air, an extra reset, some wind under their sails once they get into that survival stage with the pathway they've guaranteed themselves.
Team Flash playing this one by the book. RRQ and Ulf both pushed up to these ridge lines that they have to breach through quickly and open up exposed angles against them. Flash needs to be in position, ready to go for the shots, but it looks like they're more preoccupied over towards RRQ's position. And maybe rightly so, because they do find Genfos, but Ulf in the meantime have gotten up close. Maybe a little bit too close for comfort. The shots can start to ring through, but Posey doesn't have an angle on towards it, as Genfos still bleeding out, but the nades now can come on in. Zeus is in danger, so's Tops. And there's the approach coming through from Ketch and Calci off on the other angle. Aaron and Scarface playing off one another beautifully. Genfos does get flushed away, and Lapar now the last to stand for RRQ, but Ulf have managed to turn this one topsy-turvy.
Yeah, they've really thrown a spanner in the works here, and they jump back behind the steering wheel to keep more pressure on Flash. Calci with a Molotov thrown in as well, giving them a little bit of space to play off on this one. Distance firefight RRQ. They're putting onto it with a good angle to try and punish onto Flash. that attack in behind the vehicle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's right up in their face, John. Taking it
wolves.
to them.
The wolves at the door, and they will echo with the sound of a shotgun shell, and now it's Lepar. He is in a 1 versus 1 technically. He's got a little bit of time here. Has Kelsey to deal with on the low ground. He finds it, and now there's only one more player up top for him to deal with. People still sometimes had questions. Not me, never me, but some people.